Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my persuasive speech. It's going to be about self-driving cars and how it should be illegal. So, self-driving cars. Of how a car is categorized as being a self-driving car is having a mechanic or a software of having a car drive it on its own, not with any human driving behind it or having any input. So some of the controls that you could see in motorized cars these days are cruise control or lane detecting if you're swerving around between the highway or the streets. And you can see you can actually, there's now a new thing of you can parallel park. You cannot touch the wheel at all and it can parallel park for you. And then some of the type of cars or brand of cars are the Teslas, as you know, Hondas, and Google is making a self-driving car. That's surprising. I didn't know Google can make cars, but the first idea or the concept of having a self-driving car was made actually in 1939. That's the concept of the idea from Normal Bell Gillens. He made the idea of having the car go off of the radio towers and just following the directions from it. And whoever made the idea a reality was in 1958. So let's continue on to see what kind of problems the self-driving cars can make. So the problem about self-driving cars can make is like lose physical activity while driving, because you're in like in position that you're having your foot placed in the gas or something like that, and your hands are on the wheel the whole time, and you can lose probably it's a workout when you're driving. I really didn't know that. And it can actually be an increase on alcohol consumption, because people would think self-driving cars such as Tesla will be like a taxi for them, and then be more eligible to drink more behind the wheel. That would be a bad thing for later on in the years. So it can cause car crashes, or they might even not even remember anything while they're driving. And you can be drinking and driving. And the statistics that you can see right here is from the article of the Harvard Business Review from Nick Oliver, Kristen Polchevich, Thomas Colvin from the Harvard Business Review, and they made an article in March 31st, 2020, this year, of how people are drinking and driving more often. So more than almost half of the population in Florida are likely to use a Tesla car after drinking, like coming from the clubs and everything, to make it seem like, oh, they're driving home all fine and dandy, sober, for the cops to not detect it. And then, as you can see, another one was 37% likely to drink more regularly than other days they have done. Okay, I got those statistics from the Harvard Business Review. Yeah. And then another problem that could happen was reports for car crashes, actually, because in this one article from Jack Solgen, the article called "We Need New Rules for Self-Driving," he talked about a story of how a Tesla car was collision with a truck, and it was actually on self-driving mode, I'm guessing. And then they didn't have the reports of whose fault was it. Was it the truck's fault or was it the Tesla's fault? But the news broke out to Elon Musk, the creator of Tesla, to make more new software of saying, hey, this is where the car is going, what direction it's going, what's it doing, is it going to the nearest Starbucks or something, like the directions and everything. And then actually from the the last article I talked about from Harvard Business Review, it talked about, had a little quote of saying that self-driving cars are the dump down of society. It's not going to be the greatest thing in 2040 or something like that. People still need to drive these days. And actually, there's a quote right here from Harvard Business Review. It says that in Florida 2016 crash, the driver of a Tesla had his hands on the steering wheel for only 25 seconds of 30 minutes, in which the operator of the vehicle in automated control mode. So he only had his hand for a quarter of a minute of all 37 minutes that he did. So it was basically his fault because he wasn't even trying to drive at all. So the solutions that you can improve on self-driving cars to make it better is limit their self-driving controls, like maybe only have cruise control, but you can still put your hands on the wheel. You can just put the meter of like the gas or the speedometer, and then have increased reaction times, like maybe better software. If like the car is about to collide with some other car, it actually stops the car for you if you don't really have a reaction towards it. And then you can have better maps, because every day there's maybe like a car crash or like a landslide, or like a road blocked off, and maybe it's not updated. Your maps are not updated in the car these days because everyone uses that. And then better sensors for the bikes on the side, so you won't hit anyone, or better software from all the sensors and everything else. And thank you for talking. Here's are my citations, and that's how to improve self-driving cars. Thank you. Yay. Everyone's going to see that mama.